welcome to Map Maven, a map making stream where we just kind of hang out and make some fun little maps and talk about what map making looks like, a little bit of encounter design with yours truly. If you don't know me, my name is Ellen. I also am a part of the Misfit Mondays, the infamous Ravenloft Misfits. I play Beatrice on that stream. Come join us there. It's at 7:30s on Monday, 7:30s Pacific time. But here we're just starting this out, and it's going to be a nice little fun stream where I tell you a little bit about the programs I use and a little bit about who I am for making my maps. So yeah, we got, as always, we are sponsored by Sirenscape, so we're going to have some lovely ambiance. Ooh, listen to that. Look at that. We're in, like on a dock maybe, because I feel like that's where a map maker would be. But now we're maybe in the shop. It's a little mystical. I like that. Yeah, we're just here having fun. So first things first, of course, we are sponsored by Sirenscape as always, as we are for Misfit Mondays and or the Ravenloft Misfits. So please do check it out. We got things for that. I'm not sure. First time doing this. Yeah, so we have that, and also we will not be using Roll20 today, but we also have a Roll20 sponsorship, but we will not be using Roll20 today, though all of the maps I will be making are Roll20. The seagulls. Seagulls are terrifying. I don't know if any of you ever lived in a seagull-heavy city, but I lived in San Francisco for a minute, and they are very loud. I used to say there was a seagull fight club on top of the warehouse where I worked when I was working for a theater company up there. But we are not sponsored by seagulls, and we're also not sponsored by this other program, which is Dungeondraft. As you can see on the screen share here, Dungeondraft is an amazing program for making your maps in quick and efficient timelines. I love Dungeondraft. I've been using it for, I want to say, over a year now, for my home game as well as many professional games. I cannot recommend it enough. It was like $15 for the full subscription, and this, what we're going to be using today, is the basic. You just bought it online, you got it downloaded, all what it comes with. I haven't added any assets or anything like that, because I figured that's the best way to show you guys what you can get out of this program. And again, this is not sponsored. I just want you to know I love this program, and you should too. We can make a map really quick. But well, you've stepped into the Map Maven's workshop, and today we're going to be making some maps for maybe your travels to come, or not, or I don't know. We're just going to be going on a little exploration, seeing what we can make here. So I think a classic that every traveler needs is a good tavern. So I feel like that's where we're going to start today. But before we get into it, I'm going to show you how to use the program. So we're going to be obviously starting with a new map. First thing you're going to do is when you get the new map, you're going to pick your tile size. I like to think about what kind of encounter I'm going to be doing here when I pick a map size. For instance, we all know, at least in baseline Dungeons and Dragons, tile is 5 feet, as well as Pathfinder and others. Tile is 5 feet, so the average player is going to be able to move, or the average character is going to be able to move 6 tiles with a basic movement action. So knowing that, we can kind of see, okay, well, 35, 25 tiles, I think that's a good place to start, and we can always adjust this as we go. But 35, what would that be? 35 times by 5, we're not going to do that math in our head. 35 times 170, that's pretty big. 20 times 500. Okay, I think I'm going to take down the width a little bit, just so it feels a little less wild. Let's take that down to 25 tiles, just so we're okay. We're going to start disable wall shadow. Do we want to do that? No, we're going to leave all this stuff active for now. We're not going to do the map wizard. I can show you that another time. But we're going to head into making a tavern. There it goes. Mega's Blute. Yeah, so here's our little startup screen. This is our little play window we got here. We have all these little tabs that we're going to explore. But I did say we're going to a tavern. So let's set the ambiance. Get that idea. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, see, we're stepping the town. You know, they always say about taverns, you can always see it before you hear it, or hear it before you see it. One of the two. I don't know if that's a saying, but it feels smart. Well, let's take a look. Okay, so for me, when I'm building a tavern, the first thing I'm thinking about is, where are we? What kind of tavern is it? What is it known for? Because I feel like any location in a game, I want to know what it's known for. You know, I want there to be something special about this location. That's why we're going there. That's why it's part of the adventure. So we're going to do a basic building. We've got these basic building tools. This is a great way to start. But you've got all these like floor tiles, wall tiles, and you can customize them. You can do custom shapes. So let's like do one of these. Let's just, boop, there it is. Boop. If I connect them, automatically connects. Isn't that cool? Let's do that. Let's just explore a little bit. This is if you want to piecemeal that. You can just do the walls. You can just do the floor tiles. You can add doors, windows. You can decide whether or not they block light. And then this is like your cavern tool. So if I wanted to create maybe like a rough underground cavern, we got that. We can change it to a different style of cavern too. Maybe just like a little bit of a rougher stone wall. That's pretty nice. Another thing you can do is you're working with maybe an exterior scene and you want to see a lot of buildings, but you don't really need to go into those buildings. You also got little, I mean, you can do other things with this too, but you can also just draw a little roof. They got a couple different kind of roof. So if maybe you wanted to build like a little city square or something, you can do that, and you can just move them if you wanted to. Ooh, that's nice right there. Put that there, and we could throw in a couple wagons and stuff. Put down some textures for roads. Let me show you how to do we can show you that now. So like our background here is, I believe, dirt. So we can change the whole background to that. But I like dirt. Let's go with that. But let's say, well, how about we do some dry grass? Maybe it's a little bit more of a like a rural area. We got some farmland around and about. And then we're going to take some dirt here, change the brush size, change the intensity, which basically just means how quickly it'll fill in and like cover up what's already there. So if you want it to be pretty like round, you can just increase the intensity. So maybe we got this little road running through here, going up to that one. I'm just going to extend off that way, right? Maybe this is like the town square here, so this fills out a little bit more. Big size. There we go. Nice, nice. Ah! It always looks like a big globule monster, doesn't it? See, look how easy that is. Wow, we said we were going to build a tavern, but instead we're building a town. So why don't we suit the ambiance? Yeah, we can do that. See how easy that is? This is already, I mean, it's not much of anything, but even if I needed a map in 5 minutes, saying my players get into like a little fight in a random area, and oh shoot, I have to put together a map right now. There you go, easy. That's enough to be getting on with, and that's barely. We haven't done much of anything on that, you know. Just put down a couple buildings, just to play around. You can do water really easily. I do really love the water feature because you can also change the colors of the water, so it's a little bit more dramatic. Let's put a nice like river running through that way. That's nice. A little animation on that. I like that. I like that. You can also change the blend distance. Let's just add more dramatic. Let's make it like a red with the deep water, so it's like looks real weird. Yeah, look how gross that looks. I love using this and changing up the color, so I can do. For instance, in one of my worlds, there is a river known as the Sanus River, and it runs red because of mineral deposits from like a nearby natural area, and also like possible dark magics that have dyed it like a deep blood red. So I'll often for that I'll take like a gnarly kind of like reddish maroon purple. Say that's like the deep color, and then for the shallow color, do like a lighter sort of like pinkish purple. So it still looks a little watery, but it doesn't really. Just like that, maybe. Let's see, a little bit more blue. Let's just put more. Oh, look at that. That's really purple, isn't it? Maybe if you take down the blend distance. Yeah, that's a little bit better. See? Create something really unique. The material brushes, honestly, I use very sparingly because I feel like there's other effects you can get with them. But these are fun for things like, as you can guess it, like lava. A little bit of lava there. Like a little lava pit. Got some grass. Acid. This one I can never quite tell if it's gold pieces or like a hay. I like using it as hay. There's a lot of different fun ones on here. Some plant life. This is another one you could use for like a road too, because it kind of looks like a little rough cobblestone or like a rough rock road. So yeah, this one's fun too if you just need to do like oh, there's a raised ridge over there. Let's put it up above the water. We'll get into layers later too. Well, now that it looks like a little bit of a cliff face. Yeah, so there's all this and that little fun things to play around with. I like using this path tool to kind of achieve this same effect. So let's go below water with the path tool. That's this one over here that's like a cliff face. And then when I put it in, let's make that like real big. Let's make that a decent like 3. Now it looks like the cliff face goes underneath the water. So now it's like almost like this house here's up on a cliff. Right click to disengage it. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, this is chaos. This is, I don't know what kind of people live here, but you know, just messing around. We can put in little. Ooh, that's big. Gotta resize that. Put it back down to maybe like 1 point here. Little. They're like, no, this is my clovers. That's mine. And they have a whole bunch of stuff. They have, this is a fun one to mess with. It's like little tracks. Yeah. Little train tracks, if you're doing that kind of thing. Wow, chaos over here. That's okay, we're just making a little bit of chaos here. That's fine. Yeah, okay, let's get a clean layer here. So to get a new layer, right here, level settings, create. Switch to level on creation, accept. Now we got a fresh new layer to be working with. Ooh. So let's drop it back into a little tavern. Let's make a tavern. Okay. You know what? I had a fun idea today about a tavern that maybe it's just known because it's like everything's a particular color. I thought it would be fun. I think it's kind of silly. It's a fun iconic thing, but I like it because it'll make it really recognizable, even for just, you know, just a little, just visually on the map. It's going to look so different from anything else. So I was thinking maybe we could do like painted bricks and ooh, I think I definitely want to go like a wooden wall, but let's make it all purple. Now we don't want to make it all too purple, because that'll be a little overwhelming. So let's make it like a maroon floor. Let's find a color like, that's nice. Looks like kind of like purple painted over brick. And then on this one, we're gonna go real purple. Let's make it like a lilac, like a lavender. But I guess it is over wood, so we'll mute it a little bit. A bit more gray. I like that. Okay. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what we get. Do you want bevel corners? We'll do. That's okay. Let's just put down like a nice big square brick. Whoa, that's purple. That's very purple. Okay, so let's take this down a bit. Let's say it's more of a gray. We still want it to be a different color. Let's take it like up there. Let's push it maybe a little bit more red. Yeah. Now, because we already drew it, the easiest way for us to fix it is to select it, like I have here, and then go to Edit Points. And then when I click it, it'll, you can switch the shape of the building, but also just clicking it, it'll adjust your size. I think that's a lot better. That looks a little bit more natural. A natural looking building. Okay, so that's just our basic layout. Let's go ahead and put in our terrain brush. So whatever is in your top spot here, that's gonna fill the whole screen. Let's go with something nice and simple. Let's just do some grass. Let's fill her up. Well, they also have different, background groups. We're gonna be working with settlement today since that's the easy one. Fill it up, fill it up. Oh, there we go. There we go. It was off. So now we got that nice little background just to have something back there while we're messing with it. Let's keep working on this building. Okay, so we got our basic, feels a little bit like The Sims, doesn't it? That's why I like it. I used to love playing The Sims. I would just build a bunch of buildings, and then I never actually did anything with the people. I was of that school of Sims players. I was a huge fan of doing that. I once made an entire neighborhood that was just themed to all the different Greek gods and goddesses. So I built, 13 or 12 of them, and I built a house custom to each of them, just as like a fun thing for me to do when I was 11. Yeah, thanks guy in the recording for laughing at my joke. Let's see. So when I'm building a building, a tavern, I'm thinking like the main space of it, like this main front building. That's probably going to be the dining area, I would imagine. We're probably going to have an upstairs if we want it to be more of an inn meets tavern, or if nothing else, I mean, at least the people who live there probably live above the tavern. So one thing I like to do to kind of structure my thoughts while building is I'll go ahead and I'll put in a couple pieces of furniture, like the big iconic pieces of furniture, so we can block out what the building is going to look like, and then figure out if we need to adjust walls or anything, right? Because if we put in a couple of windows or a couple of chairs and then realize we're going to need way more room to fit in as many chairs as we'd like, it's a good place to figure that out. Because if I want 10 tables but it only fits 5, I got to make it bigger. So let's see. Let's get some furniture. It's fixtures. You can also just go over here on the right and just take your table. It's the easiest. The search function can be a little particular sometime. It'll assume you're saying something. I know I don't want to put coverings on some of the tables because this place is already so purple. I feel like to break it up, we gotta go plain furniture. So let's see. Whoop. Okay. I'm gonna turn down Sirenscape a little bit. I don't know how loud it is for you guys. But it's loud on my end. Yeah, let's say that. What size is this? This is like a 1.2 scale. Little round table. I like that. Say like a little round table. That's a pretty big table, so let's take that down to 1 point scale. Or scale 1, which I guess is just assuming it's a little 5 foot table. Okay, so that's like a decent little sized table there, so we could put like some group. Let's put some chairs with it just so we can get an idea. Now I think maybe the chairs are colorful. That'd be cute. Because they got little poofs or something. They don't really have a little poof chair, so maybe we'll just make one real quick. So we'll take this guy. And then we're gonna type in pillow. Little pillow. Ooh, do we like this one? I like that one. I like yellow, and then we'll take that and put that as like a purple pillow. But let's make it brighter. Let's make it like, maybe the pillows is where it really gets out of hand. Yeah, and then we'll just, like that. I think that's good. Take the shadow off on it. Also gonna take it off from snapping. There we go. That's cute. Looks like a little... Whoop. Little chair with a poof on it. That's cute. Okay. Just like that. That looks nice. Okay, so we're gonna take that one, and then we'll just select that, copy, paste a couple times so we have an idea of like, this is probably like a 3-person table. And again, we're just using this to kind of move that to front, get an idea of how much space each table should have. Flip that around. Flip. Bring that guy in. Ooh, yeah, that's nice. I like that. We can go back in and adjust other things later, but let's zoom it back out. Okay. So that little guy is going to take up about that much space. Ooh. Okay. So let's scatter a couple of these. Let's say this is like a relatively, let's say it's got a moderate 6 tables. So we'll just take this, copy, paste. Paste. Yeah, that's already filling up nicely. And this doesn't even account for like if we're gonna have like what's it called? Like not an altar. That seems very fancy to call it an altar. Like a stage or something for performance where we still gotta put the kitchens in here. So let's say there is like maybe a little stage. I love putting even if it's just a small little performance area, I love putting something in my taverns to be like, oh, that's the corner where the little bard sets up. I think it's very nice and evocative. I have the perfect thing for this because I happen to know that they have a table asset that's like a little corner table. So let's take that guy. Let's see if it'll look normal if we blow it up a little bit bigger. Take him to like 2 point. That doesn't look too bad. That looks all right. Let's put the shadow back on it. Yeah, that's just a tiny little. Oh, there's probably just one little bard back there. He sets up his little thing. We're definitely gonna put like a little hat or a pail out with some coin in it. That'll be cute. I feel like that's about big enough. And we're probably gonna move that around, but we'll say for now that guy's there. And we'll sort of put all these guys closer to here. Yeah, so I'm thinking we're gonna have the entrance actually maybe on this side. I feel like we're gonna definitely be able to adjust some of this down. Now, one thing we have not talked about here is what kind of encounter would be here, because obviously if we're making a map, we're thinking we're gonna show it to the players for some reason, most likely in a battle scenario. So one thing I would start thinking about at this point is, is it getting a little cluttered? Are we gonna have to be dealing with like difficult terrain a bunch when working around in this space? But we can always adjust that as we go down. We can remove tables or whatever. Let's get like a general bar. Something nice to put at the bar. Nope. Oh, well, there's this one. That's a little bit big. That I like using this kind of more for like an apothecary. At the back, they'll have that. Let's take that down to 1 though. We could also just get another general table and maybe connect a couple of them. I don't mind that though. I might stick with it. We'll just drop it in there for now and then get like a little bench. So there's some seating. Ooh, we gotta go with the purple poofs. Okay, those are pretty small though. So that's like a double wide bench. Maybe it should be more of a stool. Roll stool. Let's try chair. Yeah, I feel like I feel like this is more like if we had it at the side of the room, right over here. Probably a little bit bigger if it was maybe like a 0.2. Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's a little bit makes more sense. So maybe let's hold on to that because I like it. So we'll put it maybe over here for now, and we'll figure out what's actually happening with it later. Oh, there's the stools we want. Let's grab a look at the stools. I don't want them circular though because we got those circular tables. So let's do these guys. I'm gonna turn the shadows off. I'll do like a little bit of a regular one. Now, they also have the function on here where you can scatter tool. which lets you pick more than one at once. So essentially you can pick like multiple different of these items, and it'll randomly cycle through them. So you can place them at random, which is super useful, especially if you're doing a bunch of stuff. You know, placing a lot of spider webs or something like that. I use it all the time, or clutter. Yeah, we can grab a couple of these. Yeah, we'll keep one more of those. Couple the bar. Okay. We're getting somewhere. We're making shapes. I'm kind of struggling with the size of the building, though. I feel like I want it to be just a little different. I just want her to have a little bit more fun. I feel like, you know, this is the yet unnamed Purple Tavern. So, wow, it matches my shirt. Maybe that's where the inspiration came from. But let's make it, I feel like it's got to be a little bit more fun than this, right? So we know we want this bard thing set up in, or, you know, the little performance set up in the corner. I feel like I want to enter and see that. So I kind of want to move this. Let's move it to like a back corner up here. Yeah. Move this. I'll just outside seating for a second there. Pretty cute. We could put like a little terrace out there. That wouldn't be so hard. And then I feel like what I'm going to do here is I'll put this here, and then I'll actually add a wall. So I'll just grab another one of these. And then for this, I'm going to turn on snap so it's a little easier. I can just add a wall back here. Like that, and it doesn't have to connect to the rest. I don't know if I'm going to want it to be that big, though. Oh, you know it'd be fun? If we want it to feel like a small, cozy place, I think the way to do this is we're going to get actually a little staircase. Let's get a staircase. Yeah, little wooden staircase. That's cute. We can do that. We can put this guy. So maybe these people are going upstairs from like here, and they're walking behind the bar. So people are constantly walking up and down back there. I like that. It makes it feel very cozy feeling. Which one do I like? Does it make a difference? I don't know if it makes a difference. Let's assume the little landing. Since we got this. So if they're coming up this way, the landing would be here, and then I guess the hallway would be up here, moving that way, or maybe this way. That makes sense. Okay, so we'll leave that there for now. Let's go ahead and drop in a, you know, I don't like, back this up. There we go. I'll go ahead and put that wall back in. We'll just have it go to like there. Yeah, so it's a little bit of wall, but it's implied that like it goes up to the second layer or the second level. Let's make it a little bit bigger. There we go. We could also, you know, instead of a wall here, we could also do one of our path tool railing. We could do this guy. So we got this wall option that we could use. It looks a little bit more like a fence. I'll use this sometimes as a fence, or I could use, there's a path tool that looks a lot like a fence, this one. But I think I'm going to go with the wall because we can also color it to make it match. Oh, and you know what? This is a little advanced, but we can also double layer this. No, we can't double layer that wall, so we can just do that. Bring it to like there. Yeah, that's nice. It's a little railing. It's a little less harsh to look at, that there's like a big freaking wall right there. But you know, you see what happens when I take the wall tool and I add another one. And puts it on top. Okay, so what if we did that? And then we take this one and we'll make it a little bit darker. So it pops out a little bit. Or you know what, actually, let's do white. I like the idea of like a white railing. Or more like a gray, little off-tone white. And then we can do that, and we'll take that to like right over there. Yeah, that's nice. It like pops a little bit better, I think. And we'll just remember that there's a landing there. Okay, so now, move this forward. I feel like there's a wall back here. Let's put in another one of these. Yeah, I think that's nice. So now we know this is kind of the way everyone's looking when they come in. So really, we got these things set up over here. We could probably go with a nice little wall booth too. Yeah, I feel like I want a couple wall booths. You know, I'm gonna get rid of these guys. No, I'll hold on to them for a second actually. Changed my mind. You've been spared this time, little tables. Let's see if we can get... Let's get some benches. Because we could easily make a little wall bench. Like a little corner table. Yeah. Yeah, that's what we want. So we got these guys. We'll separate these with a table in a second. So that's really far apart. So I'm going to put it like that. And I'll get a table. Little booth. Oop, too big. Let's shrink you down. Might still be too big. That's easy, we can fix it. Take the snap off to put it right where we want it. Ooh, I like that. Oh, I like that a lot. Okay, let's put this right there. We'll have it like intersecting with the wall a little bit. Little cheat. And I'll make it a little bit smaller. 90%. Bit smaller. It's too big. 0.85. Nice. Oh, I like that a lot. Now we can just move that guy over there so we have some space to work with. Get out! Oh, we didn't end up using that little bench. We'll find a place for it. Maybe it's like a little place where people take off their shoes. Maybe it's a fancy tavern where they keep it very clean inside. Okay. Copy, paste. I feel like we don't need too many of these. Maybe just... I like 3 of them. Scooch them down a little bit so they're kind of like right up against the wall. Nice. It's a little confusing to look at. I'll fix that later. Scoot them that way. Scoot that one over. Nice. And then maybe we'll put like little walls between them so they're a little bit more private. I like that. I like that idea. A little bit of wall. We're not going to snap because it's not right on a line. We're just going to put like a little bit of wall right there. Yeah. There we go. So they're like private, but a little bit of a wall there. Yeah, I like that. Might even separate them more, actually. I'm going to go ahead and edit those points and bring those all the way up here. Let's bring it over so we can actually see the back of the bench. Move. Select. We're going to take all of these and shift them over. Yeah, I like this. It's coming together well. And then we're going to go back to our little wall tool. We're going to edit another little wall. Okay, edit points. There we go. Shift this over so we can see the back of the bench. Yeah, right there. Look at that. There's a sort of pseudo-private booth. Imagine a bunch of shifty characters meeting at the Lilac Tavern, maybe? New name pending. Turn off edit points and add one more wall here. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so now we got that, and I feel like we definitely got to put like the bar. Ooh, do we want it in this corner? Let's move this guy out of here so we can get a good look at it. So I definitely think the door needs to be here, right? I feel like that's right. We might not need the building to be quite so big. Because if we just drop it like... Definitely like having full access to the doors. Let's say... Yeah, I think right about there is good, and we're going to move it a little bit away from the wall. Yeah, I like that. Okay. Then let's put some doors. Okay, what kind of door? Let's just put a double door on it. I love a double door on a bar. Maybe facing right. Yeah, I like that. And then we could have like little notice boards here. That would be cool. As if like you enter from here, there's a notice board there. I wonder what's going to be over here though. That little creative space is making my brain think. Let's get our tables in now, since we've got a little bit of an idea going. We like where that is. Undo. We don't need to move it. It's perfect. Okay. Let's put this guy. We can put a table over here, but I feel like I got something. I feel like I want to do something else over here. I don't know what. We'll make that creative. We'll figure that out. I feel like there's a creative idea there. We do want some sort of path from the door here, because I imagine you'd go up here, you'd get your drink, you'd get your concierge. I don't think they have a concierge, but you know, your little concierge service. Maybe we'll put like a private room over here. I like that. Just like a private little bar room. Maybe a gambling table. Thinking too much. Okay. Let's get our little tables. Undo. Let's say this table's facing the stage. They're a big fan of the arts. And this one we'll put there. Wow, look how fast all this fills in once you start actually thinking about it. I feel like we'll put this guy maybe... Yeah. These people maybe watching the door. Not exactly watching the door, but just keeping an eye. Keeping an eye out for shifty characters. What I'm going to do, I'm going to move this over here, actually. Do I want to move it over there? Do I want to move it over there? You know what we'll do? We'll put a back door over there. That makes sense. So we'll have this, and I'll just drop another door on there just so we remember it's there. I'll even make it just a double door right there. So this one's maybe leading out to like the stables. And then let's get this guy back in here. I like the idea of there being a little bench. You know what I think would be fun? We can put this... I'll just put this right here. And then I imagine there'd be a little bulletin board. Or like weapons rack. That's what's right here. There's a little weapons rack, which I don't know what kind of bar is going to expect you to take off your weapons. But I think that's funny. Almost like a very... Look, they got two different little weapon racks, so we'll just drop this guy. Maybe it's in a very peaceful area. People don't like seeing weapons around. It makes them a little uncomfortable. Lilac Tavern, the most, like, you know, the safest tavern in the world. We'll put this right. Yeah, we'll put it right here. Yeah, because we'll put a little torch. I like that, and we'll move that a little bit farther out. You know, I feel like this would be a good one for one of those like feng shui evaluators. Terrible feng shui of the Lilac Tavern. Yeah, you know, that's, I think, starting to be something. Certainly something. Then over here we're going to put, maybe this goes over here. No, terrible idea. Okay, we're going to put, A couple more doors, just so we remember where they are. We're gonna put a door. Now this door is gonna be going, I need a door going up to into the kitchen for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll just do another double door for now. We can change it out later. But I want a double door behind the bar and then one over here. So maybe this, in and out door, people running in and out of the kitchen. I like that. So I don't forget, I'm gonna go ahead and drop some wood. I'm gonna drop little floorboards up here, and it's gotta be our favorite color. But actually, I think I'm gonna have it match this so it looks a little bit more cohesive. It's gonna match the staircase, and we'll just drop that right here. Let's see, is there a better way to do it? Let us. Oh, I can rotate it. Ooh, that looks trippy. Ah! Okay. Let me just. Yeah, I'll just do it like that. That's an interesting looking landing. And I'll also go ahead and put it over top of the staircase. No, I'm not. I will do not that. Yeah. Now, of course, we're not seeing where that goes up into the second floor, but we can assume it kind of loops around. Oh, it'd be fun? Maybe there's a balcony. So, yeah, what if we take this? We're going to go ahead and move it above walls. And then, gotta also move this wall. But we can't move that above wall, so we're going to take that off for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and pattern shape, edit points. And let's go ahead and take this. Yeah. Perfect. Little balcony there. We could even have that go the whole way, but I don't want it to really cover up the, just gonna have it cut off, implying that it continues going, but we don't need to see it. Because I want to be able to do some work in the kitchen. We gotta get that kitchen refurbished. Okay. So now we're gonna add on this above walls, little railing right there. Let's make that bigger so we can actually see it. Let's make that 1.5, 1.25. Oof. Yeah. Oh, you know what? We can actually extend that all the way down the staircase, so it seems a little bit more continuous. And then right there. Yeah, that's nice. See, we kind of get that effect, and we'll assume that there's like maybe another door leading off. We can even put a freestanding door to make that more clear. We'll grab one of these guys, and we're going to say unanchored. We'll just put it right. Just right there, so we know that there's a door. We know that there's a little door up on the second floor. We don't know where it goes. Probably a room. Or maybe the most dangerous place in the entire however many kingdoms this fantasy world has. 7, 8. Because I feel like all fantasy worlds have a number of kingdoms. Never just one. It's in the 7 kingdoms, the 12 kingdoms, something like that. I bet they have very good refreshments at the Lilac Tavern, but they're probably all purple, and you have very colorful bowel movements for several days after visiting. Just a lot of like deep blueberry, blackberry juices, that sort of things. I'd be a fan. I'd go. I'd have fun there. Now, I want to figure out what's in this corner, because I feel like that's a big question mark I still have. I'm still wondering these things. Now, I could just fill it in. I could shift this over, but I feel like there's a more interesting option. So I'm going to look at objects, and I'm going to look at what kind of thing. I'm just going to look at all of them and just do a little bit of scrolling. see if anything catches my eye. Oh, a furnace is nice. I could put a furnace over there. Maybe it's a little cold. Oh, I like the idea of a statue or like a gambling area. Ooh, a gallows. That's a very different vibe. Perhaps a sealed crypt. Let's see. Statue. I don't know. What if we... No, certainly not a bed. I'm not sure that would make sense. Little throne. What inspires? Oh, it could be like a yawning portal thing. I don't know if I like the yawning portal. Oh, you know what's fun? That's a fun idea. Let's say that it's a little teleportation sigil. People teleporting in from out of town, suddenly appearing. Yeah, I like that. So let's do one of those. And of course, it has to be purple because that's the theme. But let's see, what kind of... Okay, so let's see. Let's get like a nice... Let's get that one. Let's take the shadow off because that doesn't make sense. We'll make it a lighter, maybe more like a pink. I like the idea of it being pink, and then we're going to make it a little bit bigger. Because people are showing up here. It's, what is a teleportation circle? 10 foot? So let's assume it's anyone within 10 feet. Yeah, let's say like right about there. That looks good. I'm going to make that brighter because I don't want it to fade. So I'm going to take it a little bit more like pink. This is the most pink thing I've ever made, this whole area. But I like it. I think it's cute. I like the idea of like, oh, and that makes sense why there's a little bench here. Maybe, people are waiting their turn to depart. Yeah. Okay, so let's drop that there for now, but we're going to put something else. Ooh, we've been putting it above walls. Let's put it layer 2. And then let's grab, I don't know, let's see. We got to get something to put underneath it. Maybe some sort of... Let's look at what structures we have. Structure seems basic. I mean, we could do that. That's a nice one. I always like a nice backing of rock. But I do feel like, we've got so much wood. I feel like it'd be nice to have like a nice wooden circle instead. That's kind of... Oh, I don't hate that. It's technically, I think, supposed to be a well, but that's the cool thing about these assets is you can kind of mix and match them as you want. But you know what we could do to even make that a little better? Let's just grab a table. We'll grab a round table to put underneath it. Yeah, I think this table's actually probably the best one. So I'll just grab that. I'll make it a little bit bigger so it's poking out around the sides. Really fill in that space. And then I feel like if we're going around it, I did like the stones that were on the other one. So maybe we just take stones, or little statues could be cute. Maybe little pillar looking things. These are technically gravestones, but I do like the idea of them just having little rim arounds. Oh, but if we do little statues, we could color some of them to make them match, which would be cool too. What do you think? I think we're gonna do... Oh, should it be... that kind of looks better. I think that looks a little bit better. So we're going to actually change out the table that we picked. And we're going to drop in... Let's do... Back to table. Ooh, maybe statue? Where'd it go? Where did it go? Oh, it's usually pillar. There we go. Okay. This could be like, maybe it's a raised platform. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Very fun watching me click, 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 click. Yeah, okay, that's better. I like that. That's nice. Now it's maybe like a little bit of a raised platform. Oh. I am still in the call. Sorry, the captions were covered there for a minute. There we go. Back on track. Oh. So let's put that there. Let's move this guy over here. People leaving their little weapons. Maybe we'll get rid of the bench. Maybe, well, you know what? We can put it right over here. People coming in, sitting there to wait, like that. Bring that here, maybe. Maybe this is more against the wall there. People waiting their turn. Cool, and then let's grab, this is a little signpost, but I think it could work as a way to indicate that there is like a bulletin board there, but we'll just go ahead and shrink it down a little bit. It's much too big. I wonder if there's, nah, that's better. Indicating there's some sort of, oh no, a bulletin showing wanted posters or whatever we want it to be. Can just put it right there next to all the weapons where they know all the incoming adventurers are going to see it. I feel like maybe next to the teleportation thing we should have like a little desk where whoever is using it can find their potion needs or whatever might be there. Nothing too fancy, but just something, you know, we'll say it's an open drawer. People are not keeping their goods in check here, and we'll, you know, their theme, purple. We'll make it a little bit smaller, because it's definitely oversized right now. Yeah, but we'll put, it's in the back corner. That's where the wizard who's going to cast the spell for you, he's got to go check it out, make sure that, you know, maybe there's the extra casting chalk for you. I'm really liking this. This is really starting to come together. I'm trying to think if we need anything else that's like a large set piece. I don't think we do. I think we can get rid of these tables. I don't think we need any other set pieces, really. I think we've kind of got the nice space. We've got a nice flow here. Oh, well, we haven't done the kitchen, so let's do the kitchen real quick. Real quick. The kitchen is always, I always take time in the kitchen. But I believe there is a dining or a, is there a kitchen tab? I don't think there's actually a kitchen tab, but there is a dining tab. Food. Oh, we'll definitely want some of that stuff. That'll be great. But let's get the actual shapes in first. Where are we going? We're going to structure, table. Yeah, we're definitely going to need a table. So let's get a nice big working table, like a big central chopping all the veggies table. Let's keep it rough wood since all the rest are rough wood. Throw that guy down. Let's assume we're going to have, let's plan to have maybe 2 of these guys. I don't know. I'll throw a second one down just in case. And then we're going to take fire. Well, we definitely have a fireplace, but I feel like more of a stove is what we're looking for. Okay, that's what we want. Which one do we want? Do we want this one? Stove. Didn't really... Yeah, let's take that guy. Let's make him a little bit bigger. Think big of this tavern having a huge stove. Maybe they have more than one. Maybe they have more than one. And they're just whipping a bunch of food away. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so let's put this guy Yeah, let's put him up here because I feel like he'd be in the center of the building. He's kind of heating things. Maybe there's a fireplace over top of him. Kind of keeping the building warm. Yeah, I like that. Let's get some storage stuff in here. Now, I know there is a storage tab. But I really want more like barrels. Oh, we probably want to put like a larder on here. You know what we can assume? We can assume there is an underground one. So let's get a little, let's imply that. Let's get a door. And we're gonna put that one, oh, no, we don't, fallen door. Let's just take this guy. We're gonna put one inside and one outside, and that's kind of implying that there's a little room that we can't see from here. Well, I guess maybe they would just go outside to get it, wouldn't they? It's an underground cellar. I like the idea of there being an entrance to the cellar inside though, so I'm gonna put this right here. That leads down to the cellar, and then also inside we're gonna have an entrance to the cellar. Let's keep it the same size. And we'll put it, let's say it's a decently sized cellar. Let's say it's right, there's stairs going down there, boop, 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 boop. Probably to about here. The cellar's maybe filling this whole space. Let's put the other draft board, let's just put it like, we'll just put it right here. I'll make it a little smaller too. Because maybe this is just a single person going up and down a ladder as opposed to going down a staircase. So we'll put that right there. Whereas this is, you know, people coming up with huge carts. You know, it's even, let's make this a double wide. Do that, and then that. It's like a big old door that they can pull open from the top. Get rid of that. Move it over. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. Let's put it right here. Sort of leads down like that. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Okay, so let's assume they've also got their other storage stuff over there. Let's grab some barrels for sure. We got to get like a nice big barrel. These barrels are huge. These barrels are so big, I often end up using the smaller ones just because these ones are so big. Let's grab some crates. That's nice. A big old stack of crates. We'll put that over. Let's turn off snapping. We'll put that over here. Maybe here, so it's not about to crash. Oh, you know what? Actually, that's a fun idea. We've got it here, and we can put a little adventure hook or put a little activation thing here where maybe one of the barrels has fallen down on top of the door. So maybe that's part of it, is the door is partially covered by this barrel that rolled off the top onto here. So when the adventurers, let's say the adventurers are sneaking in through the cellar, they can't quite get through because there's a barrel smashed on top of it, but they can move it aside and figure that out. I like that. Let's get some more storage stuff. Let's get some crates. Ooh, we got some closed crates. We got some open crates. We're definitely going to use some of the open crates because those are great for a little bit of flavor. But let's start off with some closed ones so we can stack those up. I do like this one that's a different color. Let's do this guy. Let's make him a little bit bigger. Do we like that he's a little bigger? No, let's go 1.25. Maybe the, whoop, not 2.25, 1.25. Yeah, right about there. We got these guys. Flip them around so they're not all identical. And then we'll take this. That one, which one do we think? I like that one. And then let's put that there. Maybe that one's there. And we're going to put that one. Let's make that a more natural color. Maybe that's some greenery. bit of an odd color for greenery. Let's do that one for greens. Put that one there. And then we're going to take this one. Let's make that nice and purple because we've said they eat a lot of purple food at the Lavender Inn. Nope, too purple. Let's make it a little bit. Maybe more of a blue because we don't want everything to look too similar. Yeah, that's a fun color for food. Does not look like food really, but it's fun color for food. Okay, I think that's enough crates and barrels right now. You know, we've got all this. Got all that space here. You know what I think I'm gonna do? You know what I'm thinking I'm gonna put over here? Instead of... Maybe the kitchen is a little bit smaller. I mean, this isn't a huge bar. So let's instead of this connecting here, we're actually gonna put another little wall here. Maybe this is like a... And this could lead to a bathroom. This could lead to an office. I like the idea of it being an office. I think that's interesting. Maybe like the bar, the owner's place. Let's make it a little bit more. Let's take an edit tool. Let's maybe make it like a little bit of a crooked hallway. They didn't plan out this building before they built it. They just built it. Yeah, I like that. I like the idea of there just being a weird little room right here. And then maybe that's our loo. So maybe there's a couple different walls here. It's a little less convenient for the kitchen, but you know what? As I said, whoever built this place, didn't really know what they were doing. You know, they were just kind of slapping it all together when they were building this place. And we're gonna make this a bathroom door. And then this is the door to the office. So you kind of step into that little antechamber type space. Put that right there. Yeah. Okay. I like the idea of that. I like the idea of also down here maybe having wood flooring, but we'll leave that off for now. So I also think this needs to move because it doesn't make sense for that to be against that wall now that it's such a busy little space. Like this, let's put maybe more of like a big apothecary, like a spice cabinet over here instead of a big old table. Oh, before I forget, I want to get this little guy. What is this called? Chair bath. Huh. I think it looks like a little step stool. So I'm going to put it right here underneath the stage to kind of show that you have to like do a little step up to the stage. Because maybe it's raised about, like 5 feet off the ground maybe. Not too high, but just high enough that it's a little uncomfortable to step without a step. I have that there, and now let's go get our... Let's go get our cabinet. Nope. Shelf. Sometimes it's a little bit of a trick. You gotta try a couple things before it comes up with something. I mean, that looks like a bookshelf. Let's try desk. Okay, that's a little bit better. That could be like ooh, you know what? I want to do this one because that looks like a side table and it's got the same quality of wood we've been working with. Let's take down that purple. I don't want it to be as intense. It's a little grimier back here in the kitchen. Do we want it that big? Yeah. Then, yeah, let's get another shelf. You know what? Let's look at some of our other options. Storage. I do kind of like one of these. Maybe that's a little spice cabinet. Kind of like that. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. It looks like a little cabinet sitting on top of there. So I think that's the one I'm going to go with. I'll shrink it down a little bit so it fits a little better. Even more. So it looks like a little... Oop, wrong way. Little shelf sitting on top. Maybe that's where they keep all their spices. And I'm going to move that out a little bit so they got a little bit more room. Now I'm thinking if I was a cook, do a lot of cooking, a lot of baking, does this kind of look, you know, do I have enough stuff? I have like my storage place. I have like a big work table. Oh, you know what I need? I need somewhere to like wash stuff. I probably need a sink. I don't know if I'd have a sink, but definitely like a little washing area. So maybe that's by the door. Maybe there's like another table. Let me see if they got a sink. I don't think they have a sink. Let's see what they have. Not quite. I don't really like the idea of it being a bath, but I do think I could probably use a smaller version of this for washing up. So maybe we'll shrink that down to that. And they're throwing dishes in there, cleaning them out. Kind of gross if you think about it, but when's the last time you saw a tavern map with anywhere to clean dishes on it? So, comparatively, going pretty good. I'll just dump this, you know, because I feel like they're coming in here with orders. Let's put it, and then heading out that way with food. So let's put it like here. And then we'll put another table right next to it where they've got maybe like a staging area for clean dishes, or that's where they're putting stuff that's ready to go out. Oh, you know what we can do? We can do it with a little tablecloth too. And then it's already got like a little rinsing area. And we'll make that, let's make that like a weird yellowy off-white. Like they've really been overusing that dish towel. Ooh, even a little paler than that because it just looks gray. Nice, I like that. Okay, let's snap it or remove the snap and let's increase that to about 1. We can go bigger than that. We can do it. Don't tell anyone. The thing with like a lot of scale pieces in D&D is they don't, if you actually look at them compared to the size of like a human being, it doesn't make sense in the way that like the squares are 5 feet and the miniatures fill the whole square, which means a whole human being like shoulder to shoulder like is much too big. It starts messing with your mind if you think about it too much. So I tend to go with making things make sense based on the size they would actually be in the real world, as opposed to trying to make them necessarily match like how they look on grids. For instance, like if you buy like a little miniature bed, like a physical miniature for a bed, it's like 5 feet by 5 feet and it's a little twin size bed, which is like, of course, like a tiny little twin size cot, maybe 3 feet wide, maybe even smaller. So it doesn't really make sense, but of course that's just like the size miniatures need to be to fit in any sort of way. But I like sizing it down so the map looks a little bit more cohesive when I'm actually making it. Okay, then we've got a kitchen there. We've got the front room. Now, and this doesn't even have any of our like props or set dressing really yet. This is just like all our big furniture. So we'll get into more stuff as we go. But I like that. Okay, let's throw some stuff in this back office and in the lavatory, as we have this little bathroom here. They do have toilet stuff. Where is it? There we go. Ooh, is it a double toilet? It's always a strong choice to have a double toilet. Let's make a really strong choice. Oh, that's silly. Let's make it a strong choice of it's a double toilet and they're facing each other. Why? Oh, you know what would make sense actually? If we're gonna go double toilet. You know, they want to have they don't want anyone to have to wait for the bathroom. They want everyone to be looking directly at each other as they're going to the bathroom. Really just getting into some deep conversations. Like this is the real VIP room at the Lavender Inn right here. So we're gonna have 1, Because everyone's knocking knees in this bathroom. Well, that's so silly. But I like. Yeah, that is terrifying. And I'll put a bucket, something to nod in the direction that, oh, maybe wash your hands on the way out, you know. I like that. Maybe a little rag. Horrifying. We'll put just like, oh, you know what? It's perfect. They have little flags. Perfect. Okay. Absolutely horrifying. They have a little like wall dish towel hanging here for people to wash their hands. Really not sanitary, but you know what? People got prestidigitation. Is prestidigitation sanitation quality though? That's a question. You know, it removes dirt, but does it really like, you know, what does it get like 99% of all bacteria? Is it like the antiseptic, or what's the term? Alcohol rub? Alcohol wipe of the magical using world? Or is it kind of like the equivalent of just like washing your hands with water without soap? They look clean, but they're not really clean. Right above this, there's a little sign that says, employees must prestidigitate before returning to work. That'd be cute. Okay, let's get, oh, I think maybe this room, you know, it's the desk, it's the office of like the owner. But you know, this is probably also a working space. Probably a little bit of a working living space. They probably have like an official room upstairs, but I wouldn't be surprised if maybe down here there's quite a bit of room here. So maybe there is the desk here, but there's also like maybe a little cot in the corner. Maybe this is where they sleep when their room is like, ooh, those are not cots, those are bodies. When they're full out of space, they've got just a little bed in the corner. A little sleeping bag. That's a little too sad. We'll go with, well, they are a working lad. Working laddie. Let's do, that's cute. I like the idea of like little working parent. Maybe they have the little cradle in there. You know, so they're always on, you know, never off duty when you're a parent. I like the idea of there being a cradle. That's kind of cute. We'll place that in there. Maybe that's the one thing in the place that's a different color. We'll make it yellow. You know, we're telling a story, you know. They want the child to be their own person. They don't want them to have to conform to the pink and purple aesthetics. But they do want them to match, as pink and purple are complementary colors. Let's take, what's a little disheveled maybe? Do we like that one? Do we like this one? I think that's nice. So it's a little disheveled. Oh, gotta change the color. Because this, I like that purple. It's not too much. You know what we'll do? We'll put like a little, maybe a curtain they pull around it. That's blood. It's not the right color, but it's blood. I can tell it when I see it. Let's go ahead and see. You know, they have, my little trick for curtains is they have a lot of ship parts on here, including sails. So a lot of the time I'll just take actually like a ship's sail and size it down to look like a curtain hanging. So I'm going to take this guy. I'm going to size him down quite a bit. It's just sort of like a little privacy curtain. That one looks too much like a actual curtain. If we find something better for this, we might change it, but I'll take this for now. And I'm going to make these curtains more of like a purplish blue. Those look very fancy, but that's okay. Clearly the person who owns this place, it's a little fancy, you know? They got their they got their taste. They had their one aesthetic, which is purple, and they stick with it. You know, I'm not sure I like that. I think I'm going to make it a separate room. We'll actually put it down here and imply that it's like slightly underneath the staircase. So we'll say it's like down there. And now I'm going to get, now I'm emotionally attached to this cradle. I don't think I can get rid of it. I'll just put it right here. Then we're going to put in a couple more walls to show that that's a separate room. Do a little snap, snap. Tiny little room that they have. I wonder if we can reshape this to make it make a little bit more sense. If we get rid of that. Oh gosh, the feng shui guy would be having a, would not be liking this. I feel like this is the oddest shaped bedroom I could possibly make, but also it kind of works for me because what we're looking at here is essentially they've got their office here. Maybe they keep like their bed in this corner, that there, and that's like the cabinet area. So we'll put a little, it's a little odd, but it kind of works in my opinion, because we could have this little door here leading from the bedroom into here, and then we'll just put, you know, we'll put a little cabinet in this room. No, that's not what I want. Little storage thing. Yeah, they've got a little... This is where they keep like their personal stuff. Their little cabinet here. Put that there, and you know what? They're also gonna have what do we want to put here? I want to put, you know what, we'll put a chest. That's cool. Maybe it's their personal items. So maybe if, you know, if this was an adventure, we've got our heroes for some reason breaking into this poor tavern keeps personal belongings, and they keep their little chest of goodies in their room. Maybe they've made a deal with a thieves guild for all the purple they could want. I don't know, for gold, maybe they're helping get goods illegally in and out. Let's make that like a nice brassy orange. Looks like that's full of copper. Put that right there. Nice, I like that, and that's kind of implying there's a little bit more here. We might put some rugs in there. Let's drop a little chair, which, you know what color it's gotta be. Let's see. Now this tells us a little bit more about them. So are they, you know, they have a whole purple tavern. So I feel like these people are pretty ostentatious. So I'm gonna give them this fancy chair, and I'm gonna give it violet. I'm gonna make it a nice purple, rich purple, probably like the most vibrant one we're gonna see. Oh, it kind of matched the little poof. I like that. Ooh, that might be too fancy, but I like it. A little bit bigger, right up there. Put it underneath so we can really get it close to that desk. And then, you know, they've got to have a couple like uncomfortable chairs for when people come in to talk to them. Maybe just two of them. I mean, I feel like maybe just one or two. So we'll just put these, put that down to size 1. One there. You know, maybe they've got another little bench in here. I like that. Or like a little side, fancy side bench. That's a little nice. Walls. Nah, let's not do that one. Let's do... That's too much. I don't like that one. You know, maybe it is just the chair. I'm okay with it just being the chair. I can be comfortable with it just being a chair. Just one little chair, and then let's say... Let's see, that's right there. They probably got like a little torch, but this is just like kind of a little meeting spot. You know, they've got to bring somebody in, somebody's in trouble, one of the staff has been acting up, or maybe, you know, they've got their secret meeting with the Thieves Guild. You know, I'm looking at this, I'm seeing it, I'm thinking I'm okay with where it's at in terms of furniture. I think I'm okay to just start adding on some little decor, adding on some lighting effects, which is one of my favorite things to do. So let's do objects. We're gonna put these on layer 4 so we can keep them separate because we're gonna be adding some stuff in here. And let's start with this front area. I know I want an instrument for that bard. Ooh, what do we got? That's a little bit too, that's standing there. I don't know if I want it to be something that's always there. Let's go ahead and add, I do like this little piano, but you know, they are, as we've said, ostentatious. So maybe we are going big old thing. If we're doing that, we might need to move it. We can get away with that. I think we can get away with that. Maybe right there. Put it right there. Then we'll just shift this whole table. Oops. Shift these guys. Now it's kind of more of an accompaniment situation. You just keep adjusting little tables. I think we can move this guy farther out. We could probably, there's a function where you can combine objects together, which is super useful, just being a little lazy and not doing it here. But you can certainly do that if you want to make them a prefab, which means like a prefabricated object. But you just don't, you don't have to. And I don't necessarily want to because I'm being stubborn. So I'll put that right there. And I'll put this guy, I'm going to put this guy here and I'm going to turn him around. So maybe he does not care about the music. He's very pointedly not looking at the musician, which is a little rude. Let's take a bench. I love that I said I was done adding furniture and then immediately added like a huge organ. If that for some reason is in this tiny little place. And the reason is because it's fun, because I wanted there to be. Put a little piano bench. Which piano bench do we want though? Let's do that one. Take it down a little bit. Right there. Cool. Let's add a shadow on this one so we can see it's over top of that bench. Great. More instruments. Let's just add this nice looking lute. And we're gonna have that leaning, oh, you know, we're gonna have that leaning on a chair at the back. Oh, bench. Oh, I can just feel the energy of this person there, having their little, their lute leaned up against their stool. They've been working all night. I'm gonna put out shadow on. Let's put out a hat. Oh yeah. Oh, a little cat. Oh, we're definitely gonna put, let's put that guy right here. Let's make a little cat, a little bar cat. You gotta have a bar cat, that's very cute. This guy's got the best seat in the house. Okay, let's put this little hat out. This guy's taking tips. He's got the hat right there. Now here's the most important question of the night. Has this poor fella made a lot of gold or not so much gold? Maybe a little mix. Oops. Let's move this to the right layer here. Layer 4. Just so we can keep them straight. That looks like a lot. I'm sorry, bud. I think you're gonna have made less money. Let's just do that. You know what? We'll be a little generous. We'll put this guy on there too. Somebody's thrown some coin. This guy's killing it. He's got some coin thrown there. Scattered across. Just mounds of gold. That guy's doing great. This guy's having a great night. Let me shift it a little bit. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so that area is done. Let's throw some stuff out here. I definitely want to get these cards on the table. I love putting playing cards on my table in a bar. It just feels so right that people are messing around playing cards in a tavern. So let's go ahead and take those. Those look huge. The cards are a little oversized just so that you can see them a little bit better. Let's take those. I'm just going to put those right here, and then I'm going to put a couple of extra little hands here to show that these guys are in the midst. A heated game that for some reason they've scattered cards all over the table for. Let me just put this one here. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Oh, you know, let's say there's a couple people playing cards here. That's 3 hands, so we got 3 people there. And let's throw down... What else we got? What else we got? Do we want to set a chest? I'm going to assume that not every table is full. Let's get to our food. Dining. Ooh, do we want somebody to have a big old roast? You know what? Let's put this. I'm going to go ahead and put my call. I'm going to call it this is like back here. That they got a big old roast that they're cutting from for everyone else. So that's going to actually be back there, not out on a table. And let's get some plates. Some just stuff. Just some stuff. Who's enjoying their meal? Let's say it's a pretty busy night. We've got a couple different things. Oof, that's a big old thing of food. Oh, they got purple plates. Do I want a purple plate? Big old bowl. Let's stick with the basic plates. I think those look nicer. Say that over here someone's just having a very weird, lonely meal. Everyone's probably glancing at this person wondering what they're up to, but they're over here just having one meal by themselves. Let's go ahead and throw... Let's just get these plates out. Maybe these people, they're just drinking up a storm, so we're going to just give them a big old flagon. And let's push that into like the reddish brown, like reddish orange, orangish brown. Like that's a nice color. No, it doesn't complement. Let's go with a yellow. Kind of a muddier yellow though. Not too green. Just to show it's a little bit used. It's looking very green though. There we go. That's a little bit better. Maybe they've got one underneath. They've got this bottle is like spun away over this way. This table's getting a little sloppy. They probably shouldn't be right near the door. This one's got a respectable bottle of wine as well. You know, this one will say he's just having a single, just on his own little bottle of wine. I should probably change the color of that to a nice red. There we go. Put some little cups out. And more cups, more cups. This guy's got a big stew bowl. Oh, you know, we can also put a big stew bowl back here. Let's put it on one of these. Big iron stew, cast iron stew bowl. It's on the stove top. I like that. Let's make this some nice little food that they're maybe nibbling on. I think that's a size 1. Yeah, that's nice. Sizes down. Little leeks. Put that over here. Maybe they got some potatoes, onions. They just got a bunch of stuff over here. Don't know if that really makes sense to have. And then we're going to pile this. Oh, yeah, this is a great use of the scatter tool. We're going to take this and we're going to take a bunch of plates. Let's just get a bunch of nonsense over here. Just things that have just been discarded throughout the night. Just a bunch of stuff. Things that the chef hasn't been cleaning up. Let's say it's just like... Let's get rid of that one. Don't need that one, don't need that one. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. Don't need more of those. Yeah, that's a nice little pile of dishes there. I like that. Let's get some, we're kind of transitioned back here to the kitchen a little bit, but that's okay. Let's get a nice big carving knife. I like that. Cutting board for sure back here on this table. Because that seems like where they're doing all the big work. Right there. Ooh, they also got like a nice carving fork. Right there, I like that. Let's put some of these leeks up on the cutting board. Oop. Send two back. We'll drop this little leek on there as if it's been being worked on. They're whipping up some sort of stew over there. I like that. That looks pretty good, actually. I might not do too much more with the kitchen. Because if you put too much, I mean, you're just adding details, then you can't see too many details sometimes. So let's just put that there. We'll leave that there. You know, let's keep it, let's go through the easier spaces. Let's go back to the desk. You know, there's actually a little office tab. So I'm going to go down to, where is it? Crime, decor, crate, door, fixture, obstacle. I know there's one for office. Armor, bed, boat. Clutter? No, that's not helpful. Ooh, but maybe there's something broken in the kitchen. Something fell over. You know, they weren't keeping that plates area very clean. I like that. Ooh, I also like people who've been drinking too much all night. Let's put a broken one there. Where'd their wine bottle go? This one is scattered under. Too big, oversized. Let's drop that. Now let's drop that guy. I'll spin it around. It's still huge. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Yeah, there we go. They've been real sloppy tonight. Oh, we were doing the office. Let's do quill. Love adding it's a simple thing to add to your office, is I just always add like nice quill and paper, maybe a couple books, and it's gonna look enough like an office that you don't have to add too much more. See, you got this guy. Just drop that guy right on there. And then let's grab paper. Yeah, let's say he's got a couple papers on there. No, let's go with these ones. Undo. Some very big paper, actually. Kind of intimidating. Maybe he's in trouble or something. Maybe this is a big, you know, that's a fun way to, maybe he's got some evidence there that your players will find of a big, you know, some weird tax, or they're going under and they discover that, oh, they've been making this deal with the business to negotiate, blah, 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 whatever it may be. And then we know that's why, that they've actually been making these unseemly deals with a thieves guild to keep the place open. I like, you know, something simple and fun like that. Okay, what else do we need? I think we definitely need some more stuff down here. I like the idea of there being a barrel back here for the bar. Maybe they've tapped a little keg, essentially. I feel like there should be a... Oh, we also need a shelf for maybe just like the, you know, the nicer whiskeys right here. So we'll make that. But you know, I might do it with one of the weird skinny tables we got. Like that guy. Yeah, I like that. I can put him right there. And then I'm gonna put a barrel on top of him as well as some fancy bottles to imply that we've got some fancier drinks available. Put it underneath as if it's on the ground. Do I like this one? Yeah. I'll also take this one and I'll make a smaller one and put it on top so it's like a kind of like little novelty barrel. This maybe got like a barrel-aged whiskey in it. Yeah, we'll put that there. As well as a couple other colors. Let's get like a nice, like a really dramatic dark green bottle, like a wine bottle. And let's get, ooh, that's cool, like a white one. Just implying that there's some different stuff. What's the one that we had? We had the pitcher. Yeah, I like there being a pitcher up there too. That's maybe just got like a cheaper, like pre-poured ale in there. Let's make it that color, that yellow. And that one will make it a little bit bigger, just to fill out that shelf a little bit. I like that. I like that a lot. You know what? Yeah, I like that a lot. I'm gonna also go ahead and, whoops, copy paste. Undo. I want like a couple of these. Maybe this is a cheaper bottle. What happened there? I don't know. Selected the wrong thing. Copy paste. And paste another one. I'm gonna paste these. We got maybe a couple of these ones jammed up on this shelf. Because that's our cheap bottle of wine, so they've got a couple of those up there. Throw that one right there. You know, they're probably going to be hiding these away from the table by the door, though, because they're done. They're getting their keys to the horse taken away from them for sure. I think we're going to leave this table empty as well as this one. Maybe it's not too busy tonight. But I am going to add in a couple of other little fun details I love to include. We got to have like a dish rag on the counter. I love a dish rag on the counter. No self-respecting bartender doesn't have a rag in their pocket at all times. So we're going to do that. But let's make it a little bit orangier. Looks a little used. Nice. Oh, I also love, this is another little trick, I love putting candles around you know, the footlight kind of looking thing. And then we'll also, you know what, we'll put some, we'll put a little candelabra up here. And we'll, above walls, shrink it down a little bit. Oh, we can't see it, so above roof. So that guy, he's got his little candelabra that he's using to play. I like that. Okay. What else can we throw in here? Ooh, you know, that's a good one too. But we do already have the roasted pig, so I don't think we need this one, but this is a great pig too. Gotta put this guy out there, shrink that down, throw it on a plate. This guy's eating a nice cut a pork. That's what they got for their meal. Let's also give him a nice, I'll give this guy like a nice big loaf of bread. Over here, that they're sharing, that's a little too big. It's a huge loaf of bread. And then this guy's maybe just got his single loaf. He's eating his lonely meal. What else can this lonely man have? I'm just absolutely roasting this guy, that he's just eating alone. That's totally fine. Totally normal, eat alone. Happens to all of us. We do, you know, everyone has to eat. We can't always be eating with people. That'd be wild if we could only eat with people. Gotta give him a little fork. I wish the fork had a little bit more detail with it, but you know what? It's doing its best. Maybe this is like a weird jelly thing that they have to scoop up in this shared plate in the middle. Do we think they eat vegetables? I'll just throw like a carrot in here. You know, it's whatever this world is. Maybe they have a, you know, some carrots, but they're doing their best. Let's definitely get some. That's not what I meant to look for. I love putting on the ground. Where is it? What do I search? What do I search? I want to put like a mess underneath the table where the bottle spilled. So I'm going to put a little colorable water splatter there. If I can find it. Is this it? Oh, that's snow. That's not it. Let me look up spill. Maybe it's spill. Just can't quite remember what I look up to find it. Colorable. When all else fails, you can just sort by everything that allows you to change the color, and then you can see all of your options. And it'll certainly come up then. So let's scroll, scroll, scroll. Oh, here we go. Okay, so we're gonna make that like a nice wine red. They've spilled the wine under the table. It's a little bit more of a purple than a... See, but that's just gonna look like... That's just gonna look like blood. But maybe that's ominous, you know, maybe we like that. Okay, so let's do that. We'll do under layer one because we want it to be spilling out. Yeah, I like that. And then we're also gonna do a little splatter as if it's spilled, maybe smashed. We'll take the size down a little bit. They've really made a mess over here. You know, I'm gonna add another one here. We're gonna do it in a different color. Let's do it in like, maybe it's a weird exotic, like a blueberry, like a blueberry wine. I don't like that it matches the other one though. So let's take it, maybe it's more just like a brown liquor. Let's take it like in an orangish brown direction. As long as it shows up from the floor. I'm not sure that shows up from the floor enough. Let's take it a little bit brighter. Yeah, that's all right. I'll make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, that looks like it's a mess. An absolute mess has been made. Oh, that was probably a very fancy bottle of something, and the bar is not happy about it. Okay, honestly, I'm not sure. Well, you know, let's get this person who's over in the corner here, let's get them a little cup. Just so we have a little bit of something for them to be looking at. You know, they've got their little cup. Oh, you know what I like? I like the idea of this person's got a little cup, and we're actually going to get rid of that plate because this person is going to be looking through some spell books. Maybe there's an enemy wizard who's defending the tavern, and so if you're having combat here, you know, they show up, and during the fight they think it's just going to be, you know, some random tavern toughs, but instead there's actually a very high level wizard right here. And he's got, let's see, some magic-y things with him. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? Ooh, I love putting, I know it's technically magical mushrooms, but I do love putting mushrooms on my little work tables. I want him to have like an orb or a wand. What have we got? Ooh, I do like a little candle is nice. He's reading by candlelight. Let's take that size down a bit. You could definitely have some rocks or crystals. Let me see. If I go up to cave, I know we've got stuff in cave. Ooh, yeah, I like the idea of he's studying some fancy gems. That's cool. Let's see this one. And let's make it a pretty color. Let's make it like a bright green. We don't have any greens. Let's make it a little bigger. Well, maybe he's not using. Maybe the gems are the light source. Actually, let's get rid of that. Maybe the gems are his little. He reads by green lights. And then what else magical can we give him? Let's just go to some plants, rocks, seafood sack. Ooh, sacks are another great thing to throw in the pantry area. They just got some of these back there. There's some more stuff piled up back there. I also love this, especially in a sloppy kitchen. They've spilled a sack. But you know what? Let's actually put it over here. Maybe it was sitting by this area and it spilled. We'll fill that area over here. Yeah. Okay. He's got his little crystal. Can we throw anything else fun in there? What else can we throw in that's fun? This thing, maybe he's got like a magical plant. That could be interesting. Let's keep looking, let's keep looking. Ooh, maybe a magical spider he's studying? Studying a little dead spider? That's kind of cool. Yeah, let's take that, but these are all huge. No, let's keep looking. Ooh, a little doll? A little creepy doll? I like that. Yeah, we're going creepy doll for sure. Let's give it, let's see, it's wearing like a blue-gray. I'll shrink it down a little bit. And it's setting to the side there, so he's trying to figure out what's going on with this doll. Some weird cursed doll. Oh, you know what? I'm getting so into the lore of this. Let's give him, what's it called? One of the little dance to shake it off. Oh my gosh, treasure chest. Let's give him a little chest that's open. And the little doll is inside. Because that's creepy. Why was it in a chest? Was it locked in there? This guy. You know, he doesn't have, maybe he doesn't have time for drinking. Maybe we get rid of that. Okay, so let's put the little doll in the chest. I love the implication that this guy has found like this artifact. You know, he's just gone out. He's just been trying to figure this thing out. He finally tracked it down, this super hex-warded chest, and they open it up, and it's just a tiny little doll inside. Truly the most horrifying thing you could find inside a hex-warded chest. Which is probably why I would absolutely pick that to be what's in there if I was the DM for that individual wizard NPC's quest that they are going on that has nothing to do with the hero's storyline at all, but is fun for me to think about. He's got his little cup. We'll adjust it right there. We'll adjust that. Look at all this detail I'm getting into. Completely unnecessary. Yeah, I think that is pretty good. Oh, I want to throw some stuff on the bar. That's easy. We'll just throw a couple cups. Just for something to be there. Put them up at size 1 so they're not too small. Let's actually just go to dining. Okay, dining. There's a person who always sits here to hang out with the cat, for sure. I got the best seat in the house. And then, you know, let's put, you know, somebody else is probably eating at the bar. So I'll go ahead and throw, like, that there, and they've got a little, you know what, oh, actually, they're just doing little nibbles. So I'll just give them some little crisps that they're munching on. That's fine. And a little hunk of bread, maybe. That's good. Okay. Do we want anything else here? Do we want anything else? I don't think so. I'm pretty happy with this. Well, I might add like a pen. No, I mean, that's all kind of in there. I guess maybe an ink pen over here and some parchment to imply that there is a, you know, a casting area. Let me see what we have. Apologize if that changed the shape on you. There we go. Yeah, we'll just put this little inkwell there, and then paper. And you know, here's a fun thing we can do. We can put this little paper here, and then we're gonna also add on a magic rune to the paper as if it's some sort of magic scroll parchment. Because we can, and we can have all these fun details because Dungeondraft makes them so easy. Yeah, I like that. Ooh, see? We can make it like right like there, but let's make it a fun color. Let's make it a bright green. That's something we can see better than that. I feel like that is not hard. That's a little difficult to see. Let's maybe do a darker color. Maybe it's like a bright blue. Like a bright electric blue. You know, we can also layer it. I think that's what we'll do. So we'll do one of these runes right here. And then we're also going to take some of these and we're going to do these in like a bright green. It looks absolutely wild. And we'll just layer those on top so it looks like some intersecting rune structures that we're messing with. Which is fun to mess with. We'll do that second one that's even smaller. Just looks like a dot. That looks fun. That looks cool and magical. And you know, let's zoom out for a second here. Let's see what we're working with. Hey, that looks like a bar. There's like a whole area in here now. And we haven't even really messed with outsides and stuff, so let's do that real quick. I definitely think the props are looking great. So I think all the set deck is wonderful. So let's go ahead and add in some terrain. Yeah, what do we think? What do we think? What do we think? So we got this grass, we got some sand. I definitely want some dirt leading up to and away from the door. You know, people coming and going. Off to the side there. There's gonna be a path that leads around to the side here. Where people are walking. That's where people, you know, people have to bring the cart around. Maybe that connects off to the main road there. I like that. I like that. I don't know if I need any other paths away from here because I feel like that's the main stuff we need there. Going to that door, that door. Cool. I am going to add in some fun exteriors. So let's get some plants. That's not what I need. Let me go down to plants in here. Plant. Because I want some nice box plants. And you can bet what color they're going to be. Some nice fancy plants right outside the door. Right, and let's do it right there. Right there, just kind of flanking the entrance. That's cute. Little flower boxes. You know what we can have? We're gonna have some horse posts, which, you know, you could even go as far as like making a whole stables off to the side, but you know what? It doesn't seem like that's the moment we're having right now, so let's just put a nice little gray pony as well. They're just sort of standing off here munching. And you know what I'm also gonna do? I'm gonna put in, a nice little feeding trough for those guys. So they're just hanging out. They're just having a good time. Let's make the last one white. Just so they look a little different. And then we're gonna go ahead and, yeah, they've got a little water trough. That's cute. So the horses can kind of hang out and have water if they want. We'll go ahead and put just like a little fence, I think, is the way I'd want to do that. To show that they're all kind of linked to that little fence. Let me go ahead and a little bit more dirt, since there's probably filling around there. Probably some more horses would be that area, and it goes off that way. Cool. Yeah. Well, I'm actually going to put this guy around the other side. I'll put him here. So he's hanging out over there. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's something. I think we've got a thing here. I'm going to go ahead and throw some windows onto this while I'm thinking about it. So I'll just go ahead and... they're going to allow light. I'm just going to go ahead and put one over each of these little rooms. And then maybe one over there. 2 on that wall. Maybe just 1 there. I think that's nice. And then like 2 into the kitchen. Yeah, I think that's nice. And I'll put 1 over the office. I think that's about right. You know what? I should probably put 1 into the bathroom, but they probably would be... I'm going to say they made a terrible choice and did not put a put one in there. Oh, you know what I just remembered? For decor stuff, we can add in some rugs, which is always a fun choice to have some rugs. So I'm going to go ahead and put that one. I like that one. Put that underneath the bed area here. Make it feel a little bit more personal. Maybe the other way. There we go. Oh, bear skin might be a little intense, so I'm just going to put this one. Let's do another cow skin rug. And we'll just put that at like a kind of fun angle. Let's turn off snapping so it doesn't, not getting all over the place. I think flipping it the other way is better. Just like that, just so there's a little something something there. This is if we want to put paintings and picture frames on the wall, which might be fun. But I'm not going to mess with that right now because that's a lot, and I don't need to do all that if I don't want to. Let's put a little sign out front. Let's make it really purple. And we'll make that a little bit bigger so it's like a big signpost flag. Over top. Put it above walls, actually. So a little signpost at the door. Yeah, I don't know how much more of that I want to mess with, even though I keep saying that and then doing it anyway. Let's mess with some lights. Okay, so my personal trick for lighting is I always decrease the overall just ambient light. Because then it lets me do some more fun lighting effects. And I love doing this nice sunset effect where I'll take maximum range, low intensity, and then I will put on some nice like sunset tone. So I'll just take like a nice orange. And let's say sunset's coming from, this way. So we're gonna put a nice, yeah, they wouldn't have it facing the sunrise. Let's put a nice couple sunset lights over here. And then we're gonna also take the nice blues or purple lights. Let's lighten it a little bit. And I'll put those over here. Increase the intensity a little bit. Kind of like moonlight coming in on the other side. It doesn't have to be 100% accurate, you know, we're just trying to create a sense of light throughout the space. Just a little bit of movement up from left to right, so it's not just like a flat white color. Adjust these a little bit. bring that one back a little bit. And we can also take the overall environment. We'll make it a little bit light. You know, I like the idea of it being, it's overall a little bit orange. It's kind of evening. I never like going fully dark on the maps because then you lose so much of the texture you've had. But you know what I realized? We don't have any sort of lighting in here. So let's go ahead and we can add in some, after I add in some pink light for the, for our sigil here, which will be fun. We'll just increase that a little bit so they a little bit less than that, a little bit less than that. And then we'll also, you know, let's add in some like weird, maybe some greenish coming from this guy. And decrease the intensity because it's just a little piece of paper. It's not going to be that crazy. And then we're also gonna, let's maybe add some like, there's a pink light, but maybe there's like a deep, sort of like yellow. Maybe that's got like a little bit more range. Yeah, I like that. Okay, where else can we have lights coming from? Obviously the candles. So we're gonna have some candlelight, which I like to go pretty orange with my candlelight. Increase the intensity so it really feels like it's coming from right there. Maybe decrease the intensity on that one. This guy's got his green light. We can't forget about our wizard over here in the corner. He's got his green light he's reading by. Other light sources that we already have would definitely be, they've got to have a torch in here, but we'll figure that out. You know what? Let's actually go ahead and place our widgets off. Take that one. A little fire. Let's make it more red. A little fireplace. Too much range. Just so you can see some sort of glow coming from there. Yeah, okay. And now what we're gonna do is, let's just figure out, I want to see the size of this. Just some torchlight, just some basic torchlight so we have some, and we'll place the torches after because those are easy, but we're just gonna go ahead and get some torches on the board, if you will. Just to fill up this space. Let's make it a little less, this one can be a little just more like a basic warm firelight glow. Okay. You know, we could also just do a nice big ambient light in here and assume that it's coming from torches. Because it might be a little complicated to fill the whole thing with light, even though we know there's light in each of these places. Maybe there's a torch in each of these booths. That seems like a nice idea. But then there's also light coming in. Oh yeah, how about that? What if there's like a nice torch right on the tip of each of these booths? I like that. And then maybe we've got a torch right by the entrance to the right to the entrance of the stairs. Let's take wall tool, edit points. I want to get rid of that. There we go. Ooh, yeah, that's cool. Okay. Lighting tool. Keep adding some torches on here. I feel like there's definitely got to be a torch over here for the wizard to work by, who's ever casting these. And then we'll put one right by the entrance. And I feel like, or one right over the bar. Ooh, where'd our door go? We got to put that door back. Put another one. Let's put it right there. They wouldn't want it right next to the alcohol. Okay, so let's go through and add some torches. And hopefully this is the last object we're needing to add. But that's not what I wanted. Torch. There we go. And then what happened with the lights just now? Did I just increase the light? Did everyone just get darker? Seems like everything just got a lot brighter for some reason. but I like that. Except, okay, let's make this our 1 enter. Let's just drop a couple torches. So we had a torch right here. And we'll just put that on layer 4. So they're just sitting right nice on the wall. Then we're going to put a torch on the end of each of these. And we had one over in the corner here. Then we had one right here. That looks nice for in there. We do need to add one in the office. Let's just say he's got it right here. It's easy enough to get to from the door. And they've also got a torch right there. And then there's got to be a torch in here somewhere too, because I don't think there's enough light for these people to be working by. So we'll just put that one right here by the door. And let's go ahead and drop a couple more of those torches to fill. There we go. There we go. Ooh, torch in the bathroom. We got to get one of those. Or maybe it's just a dark little hallway there. I like that. I don't know. There should be some sort of something in here. And what if we put actually like a little stove in here? And that's how they're clearing out some of that smell. A little fire. And then we'll drop that on there. Make it a little bit more red. Kind of a dimmer light. I like that. Yeah, I like the idea of that little hallway being dark too. I don't mind that. I will go ahead and adjust that pattern because I don't quite like the shape it is. Bring this back to here. Yeah, just implying that entrance. Here we go. That's nice. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much what we're looking at right now. I don't know what else I would necessarily add. Let's zoom out and take a look at this bad boy. A little bit more. Yeah, so there we go. We've got our whole tavern here. We've got our entryway. We've got the main bar. We've got... Oh, we need to drop another door. That's something we forgot. I'm going to say allow light on this one. It's allowing light between the two. Maybe this one's allowing light too, so we get a little bit more light into that room. Maybe this one. Let's filter so we're not grabbing the lights, because there's a lot of lights we're messing with here. Portal, there we go. Block light. Yeah, there's a little bit more light messing around now, which I like. I think that's about it. I mean, what else could you ask for from a cute little bar like that? Yeah, let's take a look at this bad boy. So, for exporting it, we'd essentially, let's go ahead and save it at this point. Lavender Tavern. And let's go ahead and export it. So what we're going to do here is usually what I do when I'm exporting for Roll20 is I actually turn the grid off, because then I don't have to worry about the grid trying to line up with Roll20. So let's do that. And we'll say grid off. We can also do fun camera filters. So we can do like a sepia tone map, which is really fun. Printer friendly if you want to do black and white. We're just going to say none because we just did a lot of work with the color. Let's go ahead and export that. Let's export it. Well, yeah, and we'd hit export, we export, we're saved, we're good. But really what we're looking at here is we'd be working with this, you know. We've got our little tavern, which is our happy little tavern here. We've got a little bit of light coming through. We've got a couple dark areas to play with. But yeah, I think that's where we're going to leave this map. It seems like a happy little bar. I'd love to go there. There's definitely a couple things we could adjust with, like, maybe increasing the range on some of these lights so we're not dealing with like as many dark spots. Or quick fix, which I'll do right now. I'm just gonna put a real low, I'll just add one big wash light. Just a nice white, and make it bigger, but I'll lower the intensity way down, just so we're filling in some of those dark spots. Yeah, let's bring it a little bit more. Let's make it a big range. Too big. Don't want it to be that intense outside. Yeah. I'll also add a little bit of a wash in here just so we're showing that there's a little bit of light coming through. Even a little bit less. Just to show that there's a room here. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Well, that looks really good. I have a great time. I love this little transportation sigil. That's so fun to think about, people just bamfing in the midst of all this. Maybe there's a drinking game going on at the rowdy table. Yeah, I like it. I'm happy with it. I hope you like it too. Maybe this is somewhere we can go on an adventure. Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I've realized there's another little blank space. I need to fill that in. Okay. Because it's a gorgeous map we've just made, and I don't want to not be able to see it. So let me just, boop. Right there, just so the dark corner of the kitchen is seen. Lovely. Well, I think that's where we're going to stop tonight for the Lavender Tavern. We're going to leave it here. We'll be back hopefully next week making more maps. Please join the chat, and we'll always be able to like chat. I'd love to take chat suggestions on what to do with things, little things like naming stuff or cool things to add. Maybe you don't think it should be a summoning sigil. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's not a purple tavern. Maybe it's a tavern that's known for having an extreme hunting festival every year, so there's a bunch of mounted heads all over the walls. I don't know. These are decisions that you could participate in if you join the chat and come back to watch Map Maven, and I hope you guys had a good time. I had a great time. Thank you so much. It was my first time doing this, and I think it was a lot of fun for me, so I hope it was fun for anyone who might watch. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening and have a nice traveling adventure to wherever you might be going next. Good night. Bye.